Hi, I'm Tim Gipson. I'm going to talk to you about how to use a planer. Now in this case I'm going to talk to you about a hand planer, which is the most common type of planer that you will use. Of course there are power versions of it, but the principles are going to be about the same. Now planers are used for several different reasons. In order to achieve a consistent, uniform surface on the edge of a wood for when you're joining two wood pieces. You might use a planer when your house settles. Occasionally you'll have a door that'll catch on the bottom or catch on the top because the house settles at different rates, and so openings can get a little out of a square. So the easiest way to correct that is to remove your door and then plane down the surface that is making contact so that the door will open and close more easily. Now some important things about setting up your planer is you have some adjustments up here which tilt this blade. So as you're looking at the blade as it sticks out to the bottom here, you can tilt it so that as the blade wears you can always keep it parallel to the surface of the plane. And then you also have an adjustment knob here which adjusts the depth of the blade as it comes out. Now when you're adjusting your blade, you want it just below the surface of your planer so that as you're taking a shaving or you're working on your wood piece, you should get a very thin curled up peel whenever you run the planer across, and then you know that you have it set at the right level. Now also, the peel should also be very uniform in its thickness across it. If it's a little thinner on one side or thicker, then you've got a little camber to your blade, so that you need to fix that. So once we are ready to use our planer, we will set it on the surface and we will hold the front of it and hold the back of it, and we want to make sure that we hold even pressure, and then slide across your piece. Okay, so again when you run your planer across, so you should get a nice thin tight roll of wood material, and as you can see it's fairly uniform on the thickness all the way across, so that way we know our blade doesn't have a camber to it and isn't crooked, and then also we're taking the right shaving. So when you're working with a planer, you always want to set it so that that blade is parallel and that you work with very thin pieces and take little shavings at a time. So I'm Tim Gipson, and that's how to use a hand planer.